Well, hi. This is September 10th, 2014. I just thought since I had a little time to kill and there's nobody here and I can talk to myself without anybody thinking I'm crazy, I just thought I'd make a little observation. You know, it says something about our culture when at this time we have this evil force called ISIS or ISIL, Islamic jihadists, practicing their religion as Muhammad encouraged them to, over there in Syria and Iraq, doing pretty horrible things. And that's a pretty newsworthy story. But at the same time, getting equal press, if not more, is a story about this millionaire football player that clocked his fiancée, who is now his wife. And, you know, that's a horrible thing. Men shouldn't hit women. That's terrible. And these guys that make tremendous amounts of money to play football and other sports. If it hadn't been for that video, he'd have got away with it. And they would have shrugged their shoulders, and the coach would have said, leave it alone, and everything would have been just fine. But, you know, they got the video, and the Gossip TV put it on, and so now the poor guy, he's only making $40 million a year for the past 7 years or however long he's been playing. I don't know how he's going to survive. Please excuse me for not feeling really bad. It's sad that a story like that, and he should have been disciplined, and it's sad that it doesn't happen more often, because nobody should hit their wife. Nobody should be able to punch their fiancé or wife and knock them. I don't care how much money they make. But here's the thing. We live in this culture in this nation where people spend unbelievable amounts of money to watch these guys play football or play basketball or play baseball, to play games, put them on a pedestal, treat them like they're above the law. I heard another woman on one of the news programs who is married to a former football player, and she said that when he beat her up, the coach told her to keep her mouth shut. Same thing would have happened here if it hadn't gotten on videotape. But the thing is, why are we so obsessed? And why do we spend literally billions upon billions of dollars to watch these guys go out and play sports? It's a sick society. I don't have anything against entertainment, but everything got to be put in perspective, you know. If that guy hit his wife was some guy making $8 an hour in McDonald's, he'd be in jail. They'd lock him up, you know. But if you got, $40 million or however many millions he got, I guess it's okay. We can send them to a program. I remember a number of years ago, I used to like to go to see the Pittsburgh Pirates. I live in the Pittsburgh area. And I used to go down to Three Rivers Stadium many times a year to watch them play. $2. You could sit anywhere in the outfield for $2. And then the players went on strike. I remember the year. I don't remember what year it was, but when they decided they weren't making enough money and they went on strike. I worked in a steel mill making about $3.50 an hour at that time. That was a while back. I thought to myself, there's something wrong here. Guess what? The ticket prices started to go up. And now, you're lucky, if you got a family of 4, you're lucky to get out of there for less than $150 for a baseball game. And they're raking in the cash, man, millions of bucks. I remember back then, after they had that first baseball strike, Ralph Nader, remember him? I don't know if he's still living or not. He wanted to start a fans organization. He wanted to start like a fans union and try to get everybody to stay home for a couple games and see how much they'd be willing to settle for, you know. Because, you know, if all the fans stayed home, guess what? Ticket prices would come down and salaries would come down. But Americans are the biggest suckers alive. We'll throw money. Yeah, I live in the Pittsburgh area, you know, Pittsburgh Steelers, yeah. Who cares? People are dying. People are starving. Women are getting beat up. It's a sick society. It's like the Roman Empire. They had the Colosseum. They were a little more honest with their passions. They had lions and tigers, and they had guys fighting each other with real weapons, you know. And if we weren't so civilized, there's probably folks around here who would plop down good money to see that too. But anyway, Jesus is coming back. You need to be saved. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. I have to stop talking to myself now because people start coming in pretty soon, I guess. So put your faith in Christ. He's the only one worth worshiping. These football players and baseball players, pray for them. There's a lot of those guys who are saved, and they're making what the market will allow. You know, I don't blame it all on them. And there's guys in there who are genuine Christians. I've heard some of the ex-Steelers in the area here. They'll go around and they'll talk and they'll give messages and so forth. So there's some good, solid Christians who are playing sports. So I'm not painting with a broad brush. Please don't misunderstand me. It's not the sports. It's not them. It's those of us who have allowed the culture to get to this place. So pray for them. You know, pray that they'll use their pulpit for good, and get your eyes focused on Jesus Christ. He's the only one that can save us. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.